My father sold me to his drug dealer for $200. Years later, he showed up at my wedding asking for money. I was 7 years old when my father traded me to his dealer like I was a bag of groceries. Today, he showed up at my wedding demanding I pay him back for raising me. Growing up, I thought every kid got passed around between strangers when their parents needed something. My earliest memory is sitting in a car outside a gas station while my dad argued with someone through the window. The man kept pointing at me and shaking his head. "She's smart," my dad kept saying. "Real smart. She can earn it back in no time." I didn't understand what they were talking about then. I thought dad was bragging about my kindergarten report card. The man finally nodded and handed my dad some money. Dad looked relieved as he unbuckled my seatbelt. "You're going to stay with Uncle Rick for a while," Dad said, not meeting my eyes. "Be good." Uncle Rick wasn't my uncle. He was a stranger who lived in a basement apartment that smelled like cigarettes and something else I couldn't identify. He had 3 other kids there already, all around my age, all scared and quiet. Rick made us work. We sorted pills into bags, counted money, and delivered packages around the neighborhood. If we messed up, we didn't eat. If we tried to leave, Rick would show us the pictures he'd taken of our real families and threaten to hurt them. I stayed with Rick for 2 years. 2 years of eating crackers for dinner, sleeping on a mattress with 3 other kids, and learning that the world was full of people who saw children as products instead of people. The police raid happened on a Tuesday morning. I was sitting at the kitchen table sorting white pills when the door exploded inward. Officers in black gear shouted commands while Rick tried to flush evidence down the toilet. They found us in the back bedroom, 4 kids aged 6 to 9, all underfed and terrified. I remember one officer kneeling down to my level and asking my name. I told her, and she wrote it on her notepad with hands that shook slightly. The social worker who came later explained that my father had been arrested 3 months earlier. He'd been in jail while I lived with Rick, never once asking about me or trying to get me back. He'd signed papers giving up his parental rights rather than face additional charges. Sometimes, the social worker said gently, parents make choices that show they're not ready to be parents. I was placed with the Martinez family, foster parents who ran a small farm outside the city. Elena and Carlos had 3 biological children and a house full of foster kids who'd aged out but came back for holidays. For the first month, I barely spoke. I hoarded food under my bed and flinched when anyone raised their voice. Elena would sit with me at bedtime, reading stories and never pushing me to talk until I was ready. "You're safe now, Mija," she'd whisper. "No one here will hurt you." Slowly, I began to believe her. I learned what it felt like to eat 3 meals a day, to sleep in my own bed, to have adults who checked on me because they cared, not because they wanted something from me. I excelled in school, partly because learning felt like freedom after years of being treated like property. Teachers noticed my hunger for knowledge and started giving me extra books to read at home. By middle school, I was accelerated 2 grade levels. My foster siblings cheered at every award ceremony, every honor roll announcement. Carlos taught me to fix cars in his garage, saying every person should know how to be self-sufficient. "Your brain is your most powerful tool," Elena would tell me while helping with homework. "No one can ever take that away from you." High school brought scholarship opportunities. I applied to colleges with Elena and Carlos's help, writing essays about overcoming adversity and finding strength in unexpected places. Their pride in my achievements felt foreign but wonderful. I graduated as valedictorian and got a full ride to State University. On graduation day, Elena cried while Carlos took pictures with a camera he'd bought specifically for the occasion. "We're so proud of you, Mija."
Full story link below.